Hello, and welcome back. In this one, we are indeed looking over episode 4 of season 2 of TSUKIMICHI Moonlit Fantasy, so let's get right into it. First of all, though, let me apologize for the week-ish long hiatus on new videos on my channel. My router died, and well, there were bad times, but things are now replaced and functioning well, so let's get into it. In episode 4 here, we are thankfully finally back to the Makoto main character OP Fun Times storyline. He finally has gotten to the Rotsguard Academy, but of course things never go quite as planned with our dear MC Makoto here, and he ends up being set up for the teacher's exam instead of the student exam because, well, the butler of the Rothbrand company, I am horrible with names, got the letters wrong, or got the exam type wrong, because he is getting old and can't see straight, which is as good an excuse as any, I suppose. Now, this episode, not too much happened, right? We just have Makoto coming to the academy and him doing his entrance exam to start his academy lifestyle, though in this academy arc, he is going to be the teacher and not a student, so at least that is somewhat different than the majority of academy arcs. Now, while I enjoyed the teacher exam and the general content we got this episode, including seeing Shen and Mio go out on their own, what I really enjoy the most, not only in this episode, but generally in this show, is just seeing the absolutely hilarious and fun and entertaining character interactions, the bickering between characters, and in this one especially, the interactions between Shiki and Makoto. Everything from Makoto thinking back like, oh god, if Mio and Shen were here, and they saw these guys insulting me, these students, they would have asked to kill them, but thankfully Shiki is, more reasonable, and then pans over to him. Can I kill them, please? Oh god, it's just the same. But just all these fun bickering and fun interactive moments between these two characters, and seeing them go back and forth, and seeing the expressions and how they bounce off each other, all of that I think is just really, really fun, really, really entertaining, and I never grow tired of how they have character interactions in this show, especially between Makoto and any character, but especially between Makoto and, let's say, his own posse, so to speak, be it Mio, Shen, Shiki now, or anyone else that is sort of part of his in-group. And we get a lot of those moments throughout the episode, which I enjoyed greatly. Thankfully, Makoto is there, though, so Shiki doesn't actually murder someone on his behalf. And Shiki seems like a good guy as well, being so overprotective of his master here, and really, trying to not let any old fool disrespect his clearly overpowered superior. Another thing to mention in this episode, as is usual in this show, which is one reason, a big reason really, why I love the show as much as I do, is just having these comedic moments and how they set up the humor and comedy in this show. It's a lot of these smaller things. For example, Makoto despairing over how he can't destroy or how he can't disable one of these or all of these rocks to bring back for the exam because he's so goddamn powerful that he destroys them no matter how tiny he tries to make his attacks. Or be it this assassin guy trying to threaten or kill Makoto, and him being so smug, like, ha, you're already dead, I poisoned you. And him being like, oh yeah, about that, I'm kind of immune to poison. I just got that skill recently. I know, it's really practical, right? Just having all these moments and seeing the faces of all these people, especially how they interact with Makoto, it never gets old. And it always seems so fun to me. And I always smile and smirk to myself and enjoy my cup of coffee or some cookies or whatever else I have on hand while watching these episodes. Not to mention the over-the-top things that they also add in this show often. In this episode, for example, Makoto just running at this assassin guy. It's like, yeah, I guess I did make him immobile so he can't run away. How do I get rid of him then? Alright, I'll just run up to him, kick him, and set him flying like it's Team Rocket up in here. It's like, okay, I guess that works. Just all of these things really make the show worthwhile for me. And while I was somewhat disappointed in the last 2 episodes covering the other 2 heroes and their backstories and prologues and whatnot, it just feels so good to finally be back to the main story here, the main story arc, and just seeing Makoto be as wonderful as he always is. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video as well, I am happy that they are not doing the bog standard academy arc by having Makoto be a teacher, not a student, which can prove to be at least somewhat more original than the average academy arc in isekais or power fantasies. I do also appreciate how they handle, in this case, in this episode, the teacher's exam, because usually, right, if you watch enough power fantasies or isekais, you know that, okay, of course, the main character is going to easily take this test and be super powerful and be super overblown and handle any challenge that comes to him easily. But they sort of play on that trope in this episode and play on that mechanic, being like, yeah, exactly, Makoto is so incredibly overpowered, he is so incredibly powerful, that because of that, this task, which should be difficult because you have to be strong to take out these orbs, but to him, they are so weak in comparison to himself that he has to work super hard to make himself weak enough to actually damage them without destroying them outright. And I thought that that was such a simple yet clever way to make this challenge actually challenging for him, making this exam, this trial, actually a trial, and not just having him go through the motions and defeat everyone easily. Small things like that in this show also make me appreciate it for what it is, and the often clever writing to make this entertaining while not messing up his absolute OPness. Just actually struggling just because he's an OP MC. It's like, that sucks, Makoto. I feel you. It must really suck being an absolutely OP, mega powerful demon lord, not being able to complete this task. I feel with you, man. I feel with you. Anyhow, though, I'm very happy to be back in Makoto Land, and can't wait to see more of this Academy arc moving forward in the next episodes. We have a long way to go in Season 2, so let's strap in. As a final note, we do also see Mio and Shen basically going out on their own adventures now, so I assume we will be going a bit back and forth between Makoto and their respective journeys. Mio going on a journey of, well, cooking discovery, I guess, because apparently she wants to cook good food and not poison for Makoto when he comes back to the demiplane from the Academy arc. So she is going out to different places to learn how to cook, which is going to go horribly, I assume, but okay. And then Shen also going out of the demiplane, in her case, to investigate the battlefield that he had with the Dragon Slayer at the end of Season 1. And while I think that's going to be fun, and it's going to be nice to see the different perspectives of Mio and Shen and Makoto and how they are alone, while in Makoto's case with Shiki, but still, how they fare without each other, and seeing how they might have interactions differ in that case, and just having different perspectives going on at the same time. While I can appreciate that, I feel like Makoto's not going to be super happy, because I feel like Makoto, right? If I don't remember incorrectly, he didn't bring Shen and Mio on his, let's say, mission to the World's Guard Academy, specifically because he wanted to keep them safe in the demiplane, away from the goddess, and for them to lay low, so they were not a target. But now they're going out of the demiplane, exposing themselves to danger, which I can't imagine Makoto will approve of, right? So when he comes back, I imagine, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not thinking here incorrectly, that he will be a bit mad. It's like, excuse me, I told you, stay put, have a low profile, don't become a target. I want to protect you. God damn it. Anyways, though, it's going to be fun to see the separate journeys of Mio and Shen, and of course Makoto, moving forward in Season 2. And I hope you are as excited for it as I am. We can only wait and see, and enjoy, of course. With all that being said, what do you think of Episode 4 of Season 2 of TSUKIMICHI? Like it, hate it, leave all those comments and thoughts on the episode and this commentary video down below. Do you agree with my analysis or not? Leave any thoughts down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video or got any value out of this whatsoever, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I greatly appreciate that with the button in the bottom corner here. Any support is greatly appreciated as I go towards 1,000 subs and then 10,000 and then who knows what next. Anyhow, though, with all that being said, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you next time. Keep watching anime and bye-bye.